working on, okay, for the last past 2 weeks time there, okay. Right. Anyone, okay, Yong Han, Jing Xia, all right, okay. Sukai. Sukai is from who is it? When is it? Kai Liang is it? Sukai Liang is it?
Yes, sir. For sure.
Oh, Sukai Liang, right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyone, okay, from your groups who haven't submit those our first assignments works? This one, Yan Lim is not from your group, right?
Teacher,
Yes.
I haven't submitted yet because I just got my tablet yesterday. He let it arrive, so I just draw one or two drafts, so I haven't submitted.
Okay. Let me check it, right? Okay. Okay. One of the important kind of things that I want to see from your presentation is all about how actually you can explain and also presented basically your previous kind of exercise and those assignments there. Some people, okay, some students basically when they actually submit the work there, okay, they don't actually show the actual kind of visuals there, okay, the visuals they actually show from those visuals there, okay. So that's mean I cannot actually evaluate your work according to those visuals there. All right, your explanation is one thing, right? But the most important thing is, okay, like shouting there, okay, is from this group, right? Okay, when you actually create these videos, can you collaborate or connect it or share your screen? Okay, yeah, this one, okay. How about the previous kind of exercise there? Have you done those exercises there, right? So I will evaluate based from these two criteria, okay? First assignments and also previous exercise, right? Two things there, okay, that we actually going to be evaluate in these videos there. So that means when you actually record the videos, okay, this session in 5 minutes there, okay, make sure that you actually, right, submit also your works, all right, according to the needs, okay, of the evaluation, okay. So Yikren, have you submit your works then? We're going to go through with these
Yeah,
assignments there,
submit
okay?
already.
Huh?
Submit already.
Submit. Okay, let me check. Okay, the way that actually she portray or she renamed the file, okay, Li Xiaoting Group 6, okay, it's a very good rename there, okay? But I think the videos is not actually include your previous exercise there, okay, Xiaoting? So that means if you can actually add in those videos, okay, that include your previous exercise, it's more better there, okay, because some of the videos that I saw from your friends here, right, when even though they don't explain, they explain a little bit from the first few minutes or a few seconds of the presentations, and then she straight away review the work, okay. This is also one of the good kind of example that can be done, okay. I'm going to touch with the exercise and with the assignments later there, okay. Fong Yik Han.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let me check the words there, okay. I just want to review a bit there, okay, because maybe I might going to have we might going to have this session, the full session, to review the whole thing. Okay, where is it? Where actually you submit there? In week 7 or week 6?
I submit every 6. Then
Okay. And of course, okay, 2 video including, okay, one of it is also, has to be videos, okay, not 2, 1 videos, okay, presentations on your work. That means for week 7 presentations kind of videos, most of you guys haven't submit, right?
sir, the video I submit together.
Oh, they. Oh, right. Right, have you guys watched the videos that, I don't know whether I actually have downloaded to upload the videos or not, right? But let me check that, okay, because there's a lot of video actually been running down this week. So if you don't actually get an update on the videos, I might not go to G1 consultation. It's therapeutic sessions. It's a lecturing sessions there. So I didn't actually upload the group 2, 3, 4. If I'm not mistaken, okay, those consultations there. All right, I bet, okay, some of you guys, I did actually comment some of the works, okay, most of the works, okay, most of the comment from your works there. Okay, what are the most important thing, okay, that we need to understand when it comes to develop your understanding how to develop your characters there? Right, for me there, okay, what I have been sorted, okay, from your presentations here, okay, from your submissions there, right? I would say that your development process is not enough. Okay? Because I have recorded the sessions here, so I really hope that most of you guys who make the same kind of what we call mistakes on developing your practice has to be redrawn back again. Okay? So the process of developing these assignments are going to be in progress until our week 3 kind of what we call it assignments has been what we call it complete. Do you guys understand what it means? It means that, right, if you're doing wrongly, in terms of developing your understanding, you have to be brought back to it. Okay, one of the things that I want to see from these developments here is all about how you actually can cooperate between the reference that you have and also the character that you've been working on the writing. Let me check the videos first. Okay, I could see there, okay, that our friends here, Ikwende, right? He has an average kind of common students kind of what we call that situations, right? But when I look at his exercise, it looked like he can actually, he's done a lot of improvement on his drawings there, according to the lessons that we have been going through there, right? But of course, a lot of people has this kind of situations there. When they did those exercise, you guys can see my screen sharing there, right? They look quite promising there. They has a promising from there. Okay, they can see. I can see a lot of good progressions there. Okay, right. That means you develop your lessons well there. You improve a bit more on your drawing skills there. Right. Okay. But the common problem that we face right here normally, right, is when it comes to do those exercises, to do those assignments works. Okay, when it comes to do those assignments works, most people will go back into their old styles of drawings. All right, like right? Okay, when you draw those exercises, can you improve your drawing skill by improving your drawing strokes and controlling your pressure strokes when you move your hands? Can you try? Can you work on that, right? Is it, or you just simply draw without understand what basically what basically you were doing there? Which one?
An assignment, I have no idea to do the structure.
No idea that. Did you actually watch back again my video, my demonstration videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you still
yeah,
cannot do it right lah.
yeah, because this one is I draw for by myself, so a bit hard.
A bit hard there, right? So
Yeah.
that means you need to understand first what basically you need to improve from there, okay? Especially on your drawing skills here, right? Okay, the way you're controlling your hand, okay? Because when you draw from without having a reference there, right, or without having a reference to trace or to draw on top of it, okay? So you have to use your hand, right, according to your skills to develop that kind of shapes, right? Okay. So now, okay, yes, do you have anything you want to tell me?
Nothing.
Nothing there. Do you play games there? What game do you play right now?
What?
All right, no, all right, all right. So this is something that you need to understand, okay? Yes, I actually have saw a lot, okay? Before your times, all this kind of situation happens before. Okay, when we giving the student the reference, the samples, all right, to draw on top of it, right, or you trace or you draw with your by using the reference beside you there, okay, side by side that works there, okay. Some students have a very good kind of improvement on their skills there. They can actually have a very good kind of control there, even though it's not that perfectly controlled there yet, right? But you can feel that there's something actually have changed from your way of drawing things there, right? Okay, by using the assistance of the layers lah. But when we test back again to draw your own kind of shapes, okay, this is what happens lah. You start to draw like this again. Is it right?
Yep.
Right. Why? All right. This is normal thing happens there. Okay. I can answer you why. Okay. One of the most important thing that I always remind you guys to improve your way of moving your hands there. Right? See the way I move my hands right now. You guys can see, right? Do you actually do this kind of practice along the way? When you want to start to draw? If you don't, basically you have to practice them, right? Even though I'm not drawing a perfect circle there, right? But what basically I try to do right now to understand whether the strokes, the structures, the alignments is right. I'm drawing every single stroke there before I'm going to design any characters there, right? Okay? Because when we go into our previous exercise, which is when I actually ask you guys to draw the singular shapes. For example, like, where is it there? Maybe 5 there. But the shape itself there, the shapes. Alright, for example here, or if you take a look closely there, right, again, the one that actually have shown you guys before here. What we need to do first, go back and review back again these videos here, okay? If you're really concerned about your understanding, because if you're not doing in the right way, I will ask you guys to redraw back again till you get it right. If you want to draw this kind of shapes, we are not actually tracing them only there, right? Okay? You want to draw the shapes that is like, right? Yeah. This is something that you should do to understand the whole structures there first. That make it looks like the dimensions of the shapes were in the right place there. See? Before we are going to render them up there, right? So the curved line, right, the whole alignment, and also the line structures, right, of this shapes here we want to draw. You have to practice, okay, what makes the shapes over here that have the curve that pointed into those lines there, right? Okay, all this kind of understanding you have to develop back again, study them back. I'm not looking for only a perfect drawings here. I'm looking for the way that you develop those kind of understanding ethics. This is the thing that you have to practice, especially if you thought and you know that you have a very weak in your drawing skills. This is the first thing that you have to understand that first. Because to understand the whole structures here, even though like this one, right, this exercise, even though we're actually using selection tools, curve line tools, that works. Okay, if you take a look closely there, okay, the shapes over here that define the circles or the ball itself there, right? You need to understand first. When you have developed this kind of understanding, right, between these cone shapes, okay, there's a curved line they call ovals there that define the whole structures of this cone. Yeah. Even though we're not actually try to adapt a little bit kind of details, but as long as you understand, okay, the shapes over here is not straight line there, okay, that define the form itself there. It's not straight, but the curve. Then you will know and you will understand how to develop those structures and paint it up according to the shadings and the structures itself. That's why when we paint, right, all the structures here, they has a curved line there, okay? You're going to paint like this one there, okay? These directions are going to move like this, not just only this one there, right, okay? Even though you move to up and down the motions, but you can still control the pressures there to get the blending, right, okay? The shadings and blending of those tones together to create the illusion of that form there. Those are the first thing you have to make. And also, if you take a look at my kind of lines over here, it's a full of controlling the pressures there. We're not talking about the perfections of the line that I try to draw, but the way that I study here to develop that kind of understanding on the work itself. Go back into this one. if you want to draw, okay, what is your subject matter here?
Ovum.
Ovum,
The out shape.
ovum or oval there, right?
Oven.
Huh?
Oven.
Or oven. Huh?
Oven.
Right.
Right.
Oval like shapes there, okay? Like an egg kind of shapes there, okay? But what basically your subject matters for your characters? Who actually your characters there? Those questions you have to ask yourself back again. You want to draw who actually as a character there? Who or what? Okay, they're going to define your characters. So these questions has to be answered, has to be take notes before you are going to draw or choose your subject matters. All right, and then if you say you want to draw, for example, a baby characteristic, okay, or a baby boy characteristic, okay, or a human character, okay, write down all these kind of notes there. Okay, whatever that you guys try to draw here, okay, for example, there, right, her name is Nesco, she's still a baby, she is a baby egg mama, okay, she's still 2 months this year, and she's just know how to try, okay. There's a lot of confusion here. Egg mama, baby. All right. Who actually you want to draw? An adult or a baby there? When you explain, right? And then when you want to design this character as a egg kind of character there, I think, did you done a lot of enough reference first before you want to design them? I don't think so. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes. They choose only a few reference and they start to draw. All right. And by the same time, okay, when you start to draw the shapes there, right? See the way they draw the shapes there, right? Oval shapes. Okay, before I go into reference back, okay, I'm going to use a very simple analogy to design my characters by using a lot of circles there first. Remember what I say, don't draw characters using these kind of shapes there. Where do you get ideas to draw like this? I don't know. So that means do more research there, okay? You draw the legs. Why you draw the leg like this there, right? Where do you get those form there? Okay, the form doesn't fit to those design there. You want to draw the right form. Okay, this is the cylinders, for example, and then ovals for the foot, for example. Then when you drop them back, they're going to be look like this. But where do you get these ideas from? From Mickey Mouse tips, for example? Don't know, right? So you don't actually have enough kind of understanding about your structures, then you start to draw using these methods there. This is the old method that most people will do back again. They don't develop the structures there. When I draw these structures here, right, for my characters there, I'm going into the same process. Sometimes I cut into half of it to draw the shoes shapes there. I cut into half there to make it my life more easy, more logic to draw those shapes that actually form the gravity of those form there, right, of those structures there. The hand itself, okay, draw the line of action first, and then I will draw the hand. But I try to develop more kind of simplicity on my works there, right? But how actually I get all this kind of understanding on the shapes? By understanding the whole structures, and I'm going to draw back again. The point is right now you don't focus, that's all. You just simply draw without learning to develop your own understanding of your skills. Can you see how easy I draw the shapes here? And I look that you have a very hard time to draw your own shapes. When you have that kind of difficulty, you have to change the way you draw. My kind of suggestion, okay, to draw the hair, right? You don't even understand what kind of hair you want to draw. Why? Because you don't study back again every single structures that you want to draw. Every single structures there. You just simply find Naruto head kind of hairstyle, but you don't even try to apply that. If I want to draw, for example, like a Naruto hairstyle, right? See how actually, right? Simply how actually I develop those kind of simplicity stylizations on my characters here. Yeah. I'm not asking you guys to draw a formula for rocket science there, guys. I didn't ask you guys to solve some of the equations, all right, to build the rocket ships. Right. But what I trying to give you guys example here, you see how actually I draw the shapes of the hands to be more easy directly to work. You don't also learn from what you see. As simple as that. You don't. You don't use your eyes to learn back again from what you see here. See how flexible, dynamic my character is between mine and yours here. And when I actually show the way that how actually we're going to draw, your stubborn mind always tell you, don't follow his, follow yours. This is what you get. And by right, I'm not actually asking you guys only to clean up the line. If you present your works like this, with different kind of pose, for example here, this is front view there, right? Okay. But this is a little bit more like a malas kind of mind kind of works lah. A bit kind of lazy there, right? But it shows basically your developments there. Your ideas development from here, your sketches development from here. You don't learn from what I teach you guys and show you guys how the things are going to be working, right? This is the problem that we face here. You have to remember that. And you have to improve from here. Because why? Because I didn't actually ask you guys to draw something more like this. I'm not asking you guys to draw like this. Right. I think if I expect you guys to draw like this for the rest of your groups or other groups that are okay, of course you won't be able to get it right. Only people who actually have the certain kind of package of skill that can draw like this in my class. So what basically I expect you guys to do more research on your own works, see a lot of references, and try to develop understanding by developing and study the basic structures of every character that you've been working on, right? Okay, when we want to go back into, right, if I want to browse the character design sketches, then how people, you have to take a look how people do those sketches there. Draw babies there, okay? You want to draw babies there, right? Okay? You see how many pictures of reference of babies, even the chibi character that you can use to develop your understanding there. Only people actually have mental disorder problem who cannot follow exactly what we actually have teach. If you take the pills, if you have that kind of OKU kind of situations, yes, I actually can accept it that you can actually improve your way of working by doing this simple kind of sketch with the right kind of compositions there. Do you have that kind of situations there? Ikram,
Yes, sir.
do you have that kind of situations right now?
Nope.
No, they're right. So that means you are normal, healthy person, they're right.
Yeah.
Okay, that means learn from your observations there. Use your mind to think when you draw and control your hand to coordinate with your mind and your eyes together. There, right? You have to learn that because you have done a very good job of your exercise, even though you have to redraw from tracing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the challenge is right now for each one of you guys the same thing, right? To develop that kind of simple kind of analogy, understanding how to work with those strokes and line together there, okay? Stroke and line together there, okay? Akid, ah, siap dulu okay? So that kind of things, I just asking you guys to draw and improve your drawing skill like this. I didn't ask you guys to do portrait, right? How hard is it to be? Those are the basics, fundamental kind of skill that each one of you guys has to be improved first. Okay, each one of you. You know, I understand, right? Jeffrey, right? Any one of you guys, okay? Hong Yi, Hui Lin, right? Any one of you from these groups there. Same goes to other groups. I'm talking the same thing. I'm actually discuss and also consult and post-mortem the same thing. Okay, we are not actually draw any fine art portrait like paintings at the back of your background, Jeffrey. We are not doing that. We are not doing that. So how hard actually going to be improved there? If this simple kind of skills you cannot actually control and improve, how actually you're going to overcome the next level of your lesson and developing process there, right? How? Ask those questions back again there, right? How actually, right? A very simple task you cannot actually do it there, right? You thought that we actually have done a lot of exercise there. It's not. If all those exercise that you have been working on for my class can change your way of drawings, show me right now. Right now, I don't see there, okay? Maybe a few of you guys only there, a few only there, okay? But that a few also is not actually as they still have a lot of what we call that weakness there. It still has a lot of weakness there. I see some of the students love to draw anime, manga styles, quite okay, quite good there, okay? But good is not enough for them. For you guys, you have to overcome your fundamental kind of understanding here. I did actually show you guys also for my demonstration how to draw back again all those kind of TV characters at the same time. Right? Chibi characters at the same time there. But of course, the proportion is not right there. So if you understand what are the mistakes that you have been doing during this process of sketching, that means you're in the right path there. Right? You're in the right path. But the problem is when you draw something like this, you don't know basically your mistakes. What is your mistakes? Of course, the proportion is not right. Right? The shapes of the characters has to be in these shapes there. You draw oval, yes, we can draw oval like this one. Okay, the shape is okay. Two circles of characters. You can draw the oval like this if you want, but the legs, when you presenting, has to be balanced there. Together there. Where basically the eye going to put, if you put the eyes here, it can be, but depending on the alignment that you want to draw back again. Okay, so this is the test. when you draw something from oval kind of shapes, okay, if I put my eyes in the middle, the mouth over here, to maintain the alignment of the hands, still balanced there. Why? Because I actually have done all this kind of research on myself, but right now, I show back to you guys how it works. If I want to put the eyes right here, is it going to be right? The hands are going to be here. It looks a bit weird there. So that means it doesn't work for certain kind of characters there. So all these kind of situations, when you start to develop your skills, you have to make sure that you understand why actually you have to do that kind of design there. Why actually you move into that kind of strokes there. Why you develop that kind of structures there. Okay, for your works. Any questions there so far? Any questions there so far? Right, if you take a look at here, this is most of the videos actually required for you to design a character there. If you don't learn from all these videos, what's the point here right now? And if you say, sir, can I learn from the YouTube? Yes, you can learn from the YouTube, but make sure that when you learn from the YouTubes, they will give you a very huge impact on your skills. But if don't, what's the point there? I'm the one that can talk to you every week, twice a week. And I'm also the one actually, what we call that, commit myself to answer most of your questions when you want to consult with me on WhatsApp. All right. I'm the one who actually have a live session with you all the times, even though we don't see each other there. If you take for granted with what you learn right now, I will bet you will find that you not actually improve anything according to your skill, design skills, when you level up into different semesters. I can assure you that. The only thing make you different is only one. You know how to use software, which your dad also can learn. Your mom also can learn using that software. Creativity, zero. Trust me on that. I'm not bluffing. I'm not actually tell you guys all this bullshit there. This is the reality happens. You will become a software operators instead of creative designers there. We want to train you become a creative designer, okay? Your face doesn't define your creativity there. What you wear is not define your creativity there. Okay? Your mind will define whether you're creative or not when you develop your skill from here. One of the most important role or skill that you have to control, or what we call that overcome or win yourself, is how to sketch in the right way. If you cannot sketch in the right way, you still sketch like this because you don't have enough understanding, you have missed and lost one of the most important lessons to develop your design skills. I'm not talking about portrait drawing. I'm not talking about train yourself to become an artist or fine artist. We not actually go into that kind of areas there. We become a designer there only. Multimedia designers there. It's not only how to use. If you're talking about, okay, want to use high-end cameras, for example, some of you guys, maybe your parents can afford to buy those cameras, okay? Maybe there, okay? What's the point? You can use that camera, but you don't have that creativity here to use them in the right way. What's the point then? You just want to be lazy to your friend, oh, I have a very expensive camera. But the quality of your way of shooting photos is zero, right? Sucks, right? Right. Okay. So for some of you guys who actually just get those tablets, practice in the right way, follow my directions there. Some people, okay, I get this kind of comment before, but not from you at the moment, from your groups at the moment, from your batch, for some of the, what we call that, batch, okay? But all this kind of nonsense kind of comment, normally management will not take seriously. Why? Because we know we actually have done a professional kind of what we call that treatment to the students. If the student doesn't want to follow, the student is quite stubborn. No? That's all. You know what they actually ask or comment on the what we call that my section of the comment for student evaluations. They say that, right? You want to know that, right? Mr. Faisal asked us to draw like him. Right. Mr. Faisal asked us to draw like him. We're not in our level. You know that kind of what we call that what that kind of comment. What do you think about it? I laugh about it. Okay, why? If I want you to draw like me at my level of skills, you won't be able to get it right. You won't be able to get it right. You saw my kind of paintings, my kind of drawings, my kind of illustrations, comics, they're right. If I want you guys, okay, if I want to force you guys to draw exactly like that, you won't be able to catch it up. Even though if I want you guys to draw like anime manga artists, right, okay, that you love to see most, you won't be able to catch it up. So face the reality here, all right? What basically I teach you guys is only a basic fundamentals that can help you to grow your skills. To grow your skills. Those are the things there. It's a first phase. It's not actually a highly kind of way of working there, right? But if you think that you can do better what I've done, show the results. First thing, have you made any money? Make some money there, okay? People pay you, okay, for what basically you have been doing right now. If you have, show me that. If you don't, if you don't take any commissions, right, learn right now. Learn and listen exactly what we told you guys. Because we actually have planned your models to make sure that you can develop your professional kind of experience, professionals, not kind of like kampung, lauya, street kind of what we call that way of working there. We train you guys to become a professional people who can actually design well. All right, those are the realities that you have to face here. We not train you guys to become a street art. A lot of street artists, okay. Sorry again. A lot of street artists nowadays also have more professional kind of understanding that the person actually learn like you guys with a very highly educations, with a very good kind of opportunity of academic kind of positions nowadays. A lot of street artists that you saw from Central Market or street artists from Bukit Bintang or people who actually design graffitis there, okay, they have more highly qualification than you guys, than you guys like. So what makes you good better than them? Right? I know a lot of graffiti artists also has a degree in multimedia and graphic design, like Katun Katun, okay, he's one of the juniors there, right? He made also, he make his own living outside there. He make it graffiti and brand, right? And he also has a degree. Make money and make a living out of it. We make a living with what we do. So who actually you want to trust, right? Okay, remember that reality is there. I'm not trying to be lumpy with you guys. That I want you guys to check the reality, what basically you've been facing right now. Okay? Because if I don't care about your kind of situations, today you can, okay, whatever that you send it to us here, I just give the marks. I didn't actually want to show what is your mistakes. Same goes to this one there, right? Okay, okay, like Xiaoqing. Understand the basics proportion that Xiaoqing. I would say that your reference is not enough. I don't see any reference. I don't see any reference there. If you have a hard time to draw a semi-figure characters, a wolf characters, right? Okay. It's not this one. Start a very simple characters lah. Study back again other people characters at first. Do more reference research there, okay? And I bet I did show you guys also from my videos how to draw a very simple characters, a wolf characters there. All right, the basic shapes characters there, and owl character. I break down all the shapes together there, okay? But you don't actually follow there. You don't actually follow them back. Okay, what are your mistakes right here? First of all, of course, when you go back into the structures there, right? How many heads involved with these characters here first? How many heads there? 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe there, right? Maybe I'm not actually quite accurate with the shapes there, but maybe 6 there. Normally with these wolf characters, this kind of wolf characters, okay, these characters has to be around 8 or 9, okay? Now, how to draw the shapes of it? How to draw the shapes of the wolf there? Have you studied them back? No. Where's your reference? Where's your reference there? Right? How to draw dogs, wolf? Have you done that kind of studies there? If you don't, go back. Right. Wolf or dog characters, they're right. Can you see that? I'm not asking you guys just to trace from these characters there. See how people draw the shapes there. Right? How they define the shapes is. All came those basic structures there. Done a few research and redraw back again. And I would say that everyone please take notes that if you don't do the same kind of reference and research, whoa. Find a lot of reference here. Okay. The main problem that you face when you have this kind of reference, you won't be able to develop those understanding same times to study back again the whole structures. For example here, you want to draw characters right from wolf or dogs, whatever that you want to draw. The point is right now, how to draw the wolf without tracing them. See? This is one of the most simplest kind of understanding you can actually play to develop, so okay, curved line there, right? Okay, to draw those structures then back. The basic structures there before you're going to design your characters here. But I bet, like you guys, some of you guys who doesn't actually understand first how the basic structure is going to be work, okay, for you. Okay, see, you can see the whole structures right here. All right, from here I can do a lot of things there. But the point is, if you don't learn to develop those understanding, you won't be able to get it right. Even though from this stage, I can design my kind of way of working, but of course, this is quite advanced for some of you guys. Right? This is how actually if I want you to become like me then, okay, for example. The wolf has to be look a bit more like a macho kind of guy there, right? Yeah. Look more better than what you have done, right? But it doesn't feel right yet. I can do a lot of things from here if I want to. Okay? But of course, if you take a look at how actually I move my hands here when I draw, you don't actually write follow exactly the problem is there. You don't actually follow exactly what I showed them. Why? Because you thought, okay, you can do the same thing, but the problem that you face right now, you won't be able to develop your kind of way to control the strokes. To control the strokes. Can you see the difference that I made there? Okay, this is only a rough sketch. I redraw and redraw back again, but at the same time, I will do my best to refer to the reference. Whatever reference that I find interesting that I can actually use to develop my kind of understanding before I'm going to draw, I'm going to gather as much as I can. And then I'm going to draw. Okay, drawing practice is not that just simply draw one single line of strokes and then you can finalize them. If the things doesn't work for you, find hard, study back again the characters there, using the very basic shapes there, right? See? Basic shapes only there, right? See? When I draw. The point is right now you want to draw the human figures. But the point is right now, your kind of understanding how to draw the characters also doesn't define yet again your skills there. See? You draw the crumple of the legs also doesn't work right. So if I want to draw from here, shapes itself, basic structures of the neck, the hair, see? I'm going to start with this one there. To look more heroic kind of pose. Okay, the body, the legs of the characters has to be different because he's not actually human, but he used an anthropomorphism kind of shape there, okay, to define him as a character. I bet my structures is more better than yours, right? The structures there. You can see the whole structures there before I'm going to add those details. So learn to develop those basic structures there first. It's not that easy, you know. I'm not saying it's going to be easy there. But if I want to draw them, see, it's not that easy there. I take also several years to understand the whole thing, the whole process. What makes you can draw these characters, right, in a short time there. Those are the things also you have to answer back again those questions. Okay. I take several years there, okay, to understand the whole process. That's why when I ask you guys to draw characters, start with the very simple shapes. Okay. A very simple shape dashes. To draw the crumple of the legs also, right, of the dress of the what we call that pants, need a lot of reference. Don't just simply draw using your imaginations. Reality is your imagination sucks. Okay. So don't trust your imaginations there. Always get a reference that works. Whatever that you do, whatever that you want to move, whatever that you want to draw, find enough reference that works. Okay. That's what we should do. Understand what I mean right now? Don't relying on your imagination. If you say, so I draw from imagination, right? Okay. What imagination say? If you draw from your imaginations but you make mistakes, what kind of imagination is this? Okay, first, because in illustrations, in design, yes, we can accept it, this kind of design as a part of illustration. Don't be confused there. Okay, take a look at this reference here, right? This is some of it. Do you actually have done a revision on this, in this, what we call that? This illustrators. This is one of the international illustrators, okay, Ashley Percival. Right? These illustrators, he actually create his own animal characters, anthropomorphism, okay, anthropomorphism, okay, human, what we call that animal who act like a human, there, just like what you actually have done right now. But he actually tried to work with a very naive kind of style. When I look at your drawings here, similar to his. But the point and the questions right now, are you actually purposely want to draw your character styles look like this, or you actually try to draw like this, but it became like this? Which one? Which one basically? You try to draw like this, but it ended up to be like this. Which one basically? Answer those questions. I'm not trying, right? Okay, this is basically Xiao right? Okay, you are still here, right? Xiao Xiao, are you still here there? Answer the questions. Are you purposely want to design? Yes. What is it? What is it? Yes. You try to draw like this. Right. I'm here. Okay. Xiao, do you listen? Do you can hear me there, right? You try to draw those characters look like perfectly done like this is one of the good examples, right? You try to draw your characters look like this, or you try to draw your characters look like this one there. Which one? Which one there, right? First, what is it? Please answer the question there. Because we want to learn from here, I think. Because every one of you guys also have to learn from these kind of situations there. A lot of people always imagine they want to draw like this one there, right? Ooh, right. Okay, all these kind of good characters of movement, okay? But your level of skills bring you back into that realities that you will draw like this one. Always. Draw like children's or kids there, okay? Because why your level of skills, your understanding is not there yet. That's why we go into this one there first. Understand the whole structures there first when you want to draw. Right? You want to draw like this, you have to practice a lot of times to draw the basic structures there first. The gesture plan at first, okay? Next week, we're going to go into this kind of exercise back, okay? Before we're going to work with our, all right? with our second assignments work there. If you can draw like these human figures using the gesture line drawings, gesture line drawing here, right? Exactly as what I've done there, right? The basic structures here, right? We get this line here, right? Practice, this kind of drawing has to be practiced there. Then you will develop a lot of improvement on your drawing skills. Xiaoqing, right? You haven't answered my questions there. We want to learn right now there, right? What basically you have in mind when you draw them? What is it? Hmm? Are you purposely designed your character are going to be look like this, or you actually plan it to draw like this one? Okay, this is a professional illustrator, right? He actually done a lot of commission job from IKEA, right? Okay, with a lot of corporate kind of looks at corporate kind of what we call it projects there. They make a lot of money from here. We're not actually talking about all this kind of thing is not acceptable in the market there, right? So you choose. And I know this kind of styles is hard for us to draw in 3 different positions there. So they have a very flat kind of styles of presenting these characters, but it's actually impossible. It's actually possible for us to develop, right? But depending how skillful you are and experienced you are to develop these kind of characters in 3-dimensional. Okay. All right. Xiaoqing, I really want to hear your answer here. So redraw, okay? Any one of you from these groups who still actually have a confusion on the way you're going to conduct your style of drawings, redraw back again. Improve back again your drawing strokes. The first one character is that you show. What is it? I don't understand. You want to draw like this one, is it? This one. Right. This is a naive character design kind of style there. Right? But if you take a look, okay, one of the things that people ask me, okay, how is it? Can he draw like this or that, right? Okay. I'm asking you guys only one question. If you want to draw like these characters here, if you ask me, is it okay or not? I'm asking you back again. Can you draw with these characters in 20 different positions? 20 different positions. That means you're good at it, right? You can actually continue to work on that. Okay, continue to work on that. But if you can't, that means you have to develop back again your constructive line before you draw it. I didn't draw like this one, right? I didn't teach you guys to draw like this one, right? Okay. Alright, guys. Same goes to this one there, right? I didn't teach you guys to draw like this. Okay. The hairstyles there, how to develop the hairstyles there. Watch back again. How to draw your hairstyles there, right? Okay? You want to study hairstyles of characters, hairstyles for character design. Simple kind of things there. Study them back. Hairstyle characters there, right? There's a lot of hairstyle that can be learned to draw there right back again. Okay. A lot of it. But if you take a look at yours, Okay, this is one of the best submissions way. If you to submit manga character, for example, this is one of the best example how to submit your works. But don't draw or trace back again from that characters there. For some of you guys want to draw themselves as a characters, I would suggest for you to draw yourself as a character. Like this guy there, okay? Look like you there, okay? Your hairstyle maybe look like this a bit. Then this is your egg kind of face, for example. Right. You're wearing the glasses there. And there. Simple there. Shapes. But it show basically a very good kind of understanding there on those. See? This is you from these characters there. So if you have a good kind of understanding by developing your kind of work there, okay, equal, right? You really understand about your own kind of features there. You can redevelop them back. I did show you guys also how to develop from scratch, from reference there to that page. But you guys don't follow them. That's why you make mistakes. All right. Anything else you want to ask me there? Diane? You have sent it right. Where is it? So Cayenne, right, you are free there. Of course, this one has to be drawn back again. Okay? First of all, it's not enough. One single reference, then you simply draw like this one, okay? The proportion, even though you draw a very simple characters, the proportion also doesn't look right. The alignment, the proportion, the structure doesn't look right there. The foot looks quite weird there, okay? It's hard for you to develop more flexible, dynamic kind of movements there, right? We draw that. Okay? I know they're going to be hard and pain in the ass for you guys there. But the reality is you have to change. Week 7. So Cayenne, right? You find your preference for your submission there. Where is it then? RS. Have you sent it there? Cayenne. Cayenne. Have you sent it there? So Cayenne, right? Have you send it there, right? Are you still with us? Jeffrey. Cayenne, right? Are you still with us there? Penny is still from our group, right? No. Oh, PD is another group there.
Teacher,
Yes.
I am Wilson. Can you take my attendance?
Wilson,
Yes.
have you submitted your works then?
Yes.
Yeah, where is it?
Okay.
We
At the bottom.
right. Okay, let me check that. This is the first drawing that you did, right?
Yes. Okay.
Teacher, I'm Lin Xuan Yu. You haven't taken my attendance also.
I haven't, or I did call your name just now.
I came in on 103.
I did call your name there, right? Because when we actually what we call that enter the classroom there, right? I took quite some time to call your names there. Who is it?
Neither Lin Lin
Who?
Xuan.
Peter, sir.
Shibao? No. Who? Lin Xuan Yu.
Teacher, yeah. 20.
20.
Yeah.
All right. You guys stay with me there, right? I have a problem with my camera. I don't know why there, right? Suddenly happens. Testing. Okay, guys. Okay, we send there, right? Okay. Same thing there, right? Okay. All these characters from 3 different positions. I want to see the reference there first. Okay. I want to see the reference, and also if you can draw each characters in different positions, different kind of pose, different kind of actions, then we can decide whether these characters or this design or your kind of way of working with those characters are going to be suitable or not. Okay, all these kind of reference, all these kind of drawings, I want to see your resources there. Where do you get those ideas to draw all these kind of shapes and characters there, right? Okay, even though you have the skills or not, I want to see your finding. Okay, your finding on developing all these characters, because when I look at these characters from different positions, they have a lot of flaws there. Okay, that means you have to develop a bit more on the basic structures there. So whether you can draw or not, okay, I want to see your finding, your reference, your research when you want to design all these kind of characters. Okay, Wilson?
Okay. But this is my design. I just think and draw it all.
I don't care. Hey, you listen to what I say just now there, right? I don't care if you can draw from imaginations or not. The things that we have to do right now, okay, you have to find your research. Okay, I don't care that you want to draw from your imaginations. I want to see your finding there, right? Your reference there. Do you know what basically we can go through right here? If you just draw from your imaginations, This is the real thing happens in the outside world there, okay? You draw an owl there, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many people actually have designed those owls there? That can actually cooperate with your works. Okay? They can actually, right, define, okay, those characters that you've been working on, how actually you can prove that one is originally from you. Right now, I want to ask you guys, I want to ask you again, how actually you are going to prove that your design is original there? How are you going to prove that? You want to say to me that you draw from your imaginations. What kind of imaginations there? What is your proof to say that? Do you have any kind of evidence that can say that that drawing is yours? How are you going to improve that? You want to prove that? Answer me, Wason. How is it? How are you going to prove that? By showing only a few drawings there. Okay. Same goes to this one. Right. This is Penny, right? Okay. Kind of drawings there. How are you going to prove that this is your drawings there? Even though you presented that like this, there, right? How are you going to prove that, right? Because anyone actually can say, right, this is their drawings. Even though you put your face, you have the right, you have your drawings here, but how you want to prove that this is your drawing there? Did you actually saw how actually I prove my drawings? Did you saw how actually I show you guys? I show you guys actually on my videos how actually I prove my drawings there. Okay. I can say this is my drawing. Why? Because the study that I've been working on for each character there, with the reference, with the studies there, and I did use my own imaginations to work. But the resources that I get from my imagination, it came from where? It came from the studies, the reference, the research and development that I did for a few seconds or a few minutes there for my works. You understand what I mean there? Do you know what is going on here? Wei Sen,
Okay.
what is it okay? Okay, the industry of character design is not actually just, it just actually been working on for your assignments there, right? You done those characters in your sketches that you say from your imaginations, and then you get those marks there. It's beyond what you've been expected right now. Industry of character design is a business money making. Okay, when you want to design for someone characters later on, before you're going to file all your characters into the legal issues, you have to know where basically you get those ideas from. Okay, this one, right? Crayon Shin-chan characters, right? Those anime characters there, all right? Doraemon or whatever characters that you have been served, okay, for your kind of experience before. They all have their own rights, all right, in terms of business kind of money making there. Anyone can claim these characters is theirs there, okay? But who actually the right owners for those characters? They will have all these kind of papers, there are all this kind of evidence that say this is the characters from the person there. How? All right. Of course, this creator have died there, okay? From the mountain kind of climbing there, okay, few years back. You know that, right? these creators there, Ferenc Chandra, okay? But the legal issue of him that made these characters will actually can continue to develop, right? Okay, all the royalties are going to be go into the families there, or for the company itself there, okay, or for the company who own there, okay, and they will divide into the to the family members there, maybe there, right? If the lawyers actually do their works. So the things that I actually show you guys, okay, if you don't follow exactly what I show, if you think your imagination is good, I don't think so. All imagination came from reference, came from experience that you have been saw before in your life. Without those kind of experience, you won't be able to design your characters right here. Experience there. You have seen all these characters before, I bet you guys. If we want to search, okay, one by one, we can see the whole thing there. All these characters that you've been working on were similar to what we have here. So there must be some reasons, some of the situations, some of the experience that you have that made you to draw those kind of characters based on those basic structures there. Okay, based on those basic structures that develop those kind of things there. Yes, I do agree that you can develop those characters based from your own structures there. But the finding, the resources that you have from there has to be included with all those references there. Even though you want to claim this is original from you, you have to show the evidence, the similarities, the understanding, the history of your kind of imaginations there, right? There has a proof. So to show the proof is what I actually have shown you guys before, how to get the proof there, right? Because all this kind of knowledge and understanding that you have learned today, they will bring to your way of presenting your works more better in the future. Okay? Okay, Wayson?
Okay.
Understand that, right?
Yes.
All right. So do back again your homeworks and improve back again your presentation. All right. That will go same to you guys. Okay. Because I collect a lot of reference, even though I didn't put everything in my samples here. Okay. But I will hope you guys can do more better than that, because I did those kind of things for a few minutes. You guys have 6 days to develop those works there. All right? Or at least you have 1 day to develop that kind of works. If you say you juggle up your time with other assignments there. I have one student today, but not from TAUC, from other college there. I'm not saying that I don't have any empathy or sympathy there, okay? But I give all these kind of chances to all the students there, okay? First thing, they're supposed to submit the works last week, final works. I want to tell you guys the stories there. But the chances that I give to this person is more than 2 months. More than 2 months there to submit the final works. Suddenly today he told me his uncle actually just passed away. I told simple things there, okay? Your uncle just passed away today, or maybe this week. I give those works 2 months before to submit there, okay? I give those chances there, okay? And last week is your final week to submit there, right? Whatever to your uncles is not actually related to what you actually have to commit to submit for the last 2 months. All right? Logic there, right? All right? So that means those excuses is not actually are going to be reliable or related to what you have to submit for the last 2 months there. Everyone's died there, okay? For some case there, okay? Everyone's died. If you want to be groove or to be grief or to be what we call that sad about it, maybe a few days or maybe a 1 week there, okay? After that. But I bet your uncle basically doesn't want you to throw away your commitment, your responsibility down the drain there, right? Because of this simple thing happens, right? Simple things there. Everyone will face that kind of situations there. But as long as we live, we continue to do those kind of things there, right? In the right way. This is your futures there, right? We're talking about. If your futures you're going to date after that, after this, the case closed. But no one want to be dead after these sessions there, right? Is it true? Anyone here want to be dead after these sessions there? In the God's will? No, they're right. So that means work as you actually going to live another 100 years or 1,000 years there. Simple as that. You die, that's all. Whatever that you believe is all up to you, right? But if you stay here, live, and still can be worked there, right? Okay? You still have your mindset with you there, right? Do whatever it takes there. Okay. I don't know whether my camera is on or not, okay? I still have problem with my cameras there. So, any questions there? Everyone clear, right, about imagination kind of stuff there? I'm okay with your imaginations there. But the point is right now, your solutions, how actually you prove back again, your imagination. Don't give me such a things there, okay? I draw from God there, okay? God gives me all these kind of things there. Everything has the reasons that to live. Everything have the reasons to show there, okay? Imagination is one thing there. Understanding the way that you're going to work with your design, with your kind of what we call that structures and situations to present your work well is the thing that we have to focus right now. Okay? Understand how it works there. All right. Hong Yi, any questions? No. What is it?
No, I think
Yeah. Sir, can I submit first tomorrow? Yeah, no problem there, right? Okay. Because, well, okay, I want to state back again. Don't be confused, right? Our first assignments are going to be a progress kind of submissions until we're ready to develop our third assignments there. That means you have time to improve there, right? Okay, don't worry there. You see how much time they can share, they can actually give you guys a chances to improve there, right? But next week we're going to go for a little kind of assignment, kind of exercise that will improve back again your skills, and we also add in during our practical class to develop our progress or process of developing some landscape and also some prop element kind of drawing styles there. But the first thing that you have to learn to improve yourself from now on is to sketch in the right way there first. Draw all the basic structures, draw all elements, draw all the characters, or draw all the objects using basic structures there. All right? Learn to draw in a very smoother kind of line there first. Okay? Those are the things that you have to overcome there first there. Okay, whatever that Wei Sun actually have done is one of the good samples there, basic structures that works, but he cannot actually prove the finding there. So improve on the finding there, okay? But that's not makes that he actually have a very relief kind of stuff there, right? He also has to work more harder from there. If I can present my works like this for a few minutes, why actually you cannot draw more than that? Okay? All right. Even to submit more better there, okay? This is one of the good examples to submit those works there. Where is it? Submit like this. Okay? To show a bit more better kind of understanding on the works there, right? Sketches there. This is what I bet I did actually give you guys also some example on the Google Classroom there, okay? How to submit those works there or how to do some sort of presentations on the works there, right? Where is it? I give you guys very good kind of examples there. Draw basic characters from basic shapes. Some people say that, okay, when they draw the characters from the sheep characters, okay, so my character doesn't have shape. what basically you're talking about, okay? Every character has a shape there, right? Okay, every character has a shapes, right? Why my camera doesn't work here? Check. Okay. Okay, guys. So if you don't have any questions, thank you very much. Okay, have a good weekend, all right? Who is it? Alvin. Alvin TikTok lagi. Oh, Alvin talked already. Sorry there. Sophia, you always actually write came late there, okay? You still spending your Hari Raya. Okay, done already there. Okay, guys, okay, thank you very much. Okay, take a look at the videos, okay? Have a good weekend, have a nice day, okay? All the best, all right? Okay, learn from that mistakes.